to the migration debate. Anne Widdecombe is here, Immigration and Justice Spokesperson for Reform UK. Very good morning to you, Anne.
Morning.
Lots and lots of stories this week about the state of our nation, whether or not we're moving migrants out of hotels into HMOs, whether or not we're converting hotels into HMOs. A big piece in The Sun today about Skegness, which has become a major battleground for migrants. I mean, it seems as though everywhere you turn, there's a story about how much this is all costing us. I think the Mail have got a piece today saying that lots of migrants arriving this week are going to cost us something like £44 million, practically just for the couple of thousand that have come in the last week since we got a new Home Secretary.
Indeed, and I think the crucial thing about this is that it's no longer a question of people who are just near where the small boats come in. It's everybody now in the country faces the possibility, or already has, a hotel which accommodates migrants in their community. If they move out into houses of multiple occupation, if they do that and they move out into flats, then they're going to be even more scattered in the community. And people are just beginning to say now, with increasing emphasis, we want this sorted. You know, the governments have had long enough to sort it. Just get it sorted. And there's no sign of it.
There isn't. I mean, we saw various different Home Secretaries having a go at it. We had Priti Patel, we had Suella Braverman under the Tories. You know, we've now had Yvette Cooper, who's been moved on. We've now got Shabana Mahmood, who's apparently going to be tough on migrants and tough on the causes of migrants. I mean, it's all just rubbish, isn't it? It's nonsense. Apparently, her first day in the job, she saw, as I say, 1,097 of them coming over on Saturday of last week. And now we're being told that she's going to look at how best to stop the boats. Well, it's a bit late, isn't it? 14 months on?
Yes, it is a bit late. And when somebody says, you know, they're going to tackle not only the migrants, but the causes of migrants, I mean, you can just laugh at that. You know, I mean, presumably she's going to put an end to wars, or she's going to put an end to civil strife.
Yes.
She's going to put an end to all of this, you know, causes of migration. It is just nonsense. There's only one way you're going to deal with this. And this is what Reform's been saying for a long time. You need a deterrent.
Yeah.
You need the message to read. If you come to Britain, you'll be detained. You won't be free in hotels and flats. You'll be detained. You'll be refused because you come from a safe third country, which is France, and then you will be deported. Those three things. You will be refused. You will be detained. You will be deported. And yet the government still hasn't taken that on board.
But the trouble is, of course, that we now see not only do we have the ability to bring these people into the country, put them into hotels, but now it turns out 200 of the migrants are about to sue us because they didn't enjoy the time they had at the Manston detention centre, you know, because apparently it was inhumane conditions, and they've managed to find some human rights lawyers for whom we will pay for them to sue us.
Yes, well, that's another nonsense that Reform will stop. It is the actions of civil rights lawyers. Now, I've got no problem at all if a lawyer is taking on a genuine case. But when you're simply complaining about conditions at Manston, which, by the way, admittedly a long time ago, I have visited, when you're complaining about that, and, you know, your option was the tents that you were occupying in France, it is a patent nonsense, and that sort of thing has got to be stopped as well, and could be if the Home Secretary just adjusted the law. I mean, she can't do it on her own, but if she brought in the legislation to adjust the law, why don't they do it?
Well, it's a very good question. But, I mean, I find it amazing as well that they've had this kind of volte-face, because it was only a few years ago, probably when you were a Tory, where the Labour Party would say, it's absolutely outrageous to even suggest that we shouldn't allow all these people to come to our country. You know, we should be a sanctuary nation. We should be helping them to come here. They're poor, downtrodden, you know, bring me your poor, you're hungry, and all that sort of Statue of Liberty nonsense. You know, suddenly now they've all become rabid, you know, nationalists.
I mean, that's absolutely true. I mean, in the 1990s, when I was immigration minister, I was regularly abused as a racist by Labour, merely for wanting to control unlawful immigration. I mean, I wanted to do no more than that, and to control the abuse of the asylum system. So, yes, their rhetoric has changed, and it's changed under the pressure of necessity and, thank heaven, of public opinion. The public is no longer complacent about this, seriously worried, and it wants answers.
Yes, absolutely. Can I just ask you, Anne, before I let you go, about the shooting death of Charlie Kirk? Because I spoke to Richard Tice a little bit earlier on. You know, we live now in very febrile times, very dangerous times. I mean, why is it that people have become so intolerant of others' views? Because you and I have been around a few years, and you know, we've always had relatively robust conversations. But why are we suddenly now living in a world where not only do people dislike other people who don't agree with them, but they're actually willing to kill them?
I think to a certain extent we have always lived in such a world. You and I can probably remember, many viewers may not. We can remember the shooting of Ross McMurtagh on his own doorstep. I mean, this has happened before. In America, gun crime is not unknown. Sorry, I got a bug at conference. Is not unknown. So I think it isn't that it's vastly increasing. But what is increasing is the intolerance of social media.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
Anne, listen, don't worry about it. Listen, I just wanted to get your view on that. Thank you very much indeed. Anne Widdecombe there, with a little bit of a morning cough. It's easily done.